All righty then. All right, so we're going to go ahead and begin. So what I had to do today was Veterans Day, as everybody knows. And so what I did is I did memories around the United States, restaurants that I worked in, and food that I've done. When I was a little bit younger, I used to open up restaurants for a living. I opened up 28 restaurants from the ground level up, all around the United States, mostly on the East Coast, all the way up to Maine. Okay. So,
Where in Maine were you?
Bar Harbor. Okay. Yeah, I worked at the Bar Harbor Resort, and stayed in South Harbor. Yeah. Yep. All right, so first thing we're going to do is I'm going to let you, we're just going to tell you what I'm going to do today. I'm doing an heirloom tomato salad with creamy dill sauce. I'm going to show you how to make my creamy dill sauce. I went out and bought some heirlooms. Then with Noel style barbecue shrimp. That's a barbecue shrimp that I learned in Panama City. The first one was in Boca Grande. I used to work for the Morton Salt family. And they used to, he used to be like, they used to live in Europe, so they would come here, do their thing, and his thing was heirloom tomatoes. I really didn't understand why he was such about tomatoes until I went to Europe. Once I got to Europe, and you start to taste the different quality of tomatoes, they do a lot of things a lot different. They never put a tomato in the refrigerator. It's always on the shelf. And it's so good. They do the same thing with their eggs and things like that. When I went down to Naples and I went to the seafood market down there, they literally, a lot of stuff was just out in the open. It was just strange. Here, we tended to put everything in the refrigerator. Always. We just do it. So also I'm going to do an Asian braised short rib. Also with, this was I did in Siesta Key when I was a chef down there. And then I'm going to do a little apple tart. And that's, of course, from my house. Because we used to have a lot of apple trees when I was a little kid. You know, everybody picked people's apples. But so what we're going to first start off right away is we're going to have to make our sauce, our barbecue sauce for our short ribs. We have to get that started. And David's going to help me. So the key thing about Korean food is most of the time it's hot and sweet. Okay, so this is going to be a hot and sweet dish, and we're going to first start with soy. This is you can use soy light. So I'm going to do a little soy in there. Then I'm going to put, this is a pound of sugar, by the way, just 1 pound. Okay, that is 5 cups. Okay, so literally I'm going to put a lot of it in there. Okay, what's going to happen is the sugar's going to start breaking it down. It's going to help me caramelize it. If I don't put enough sugar in it, it won't caramelize it. But I'm going to put that in there. Okay. As I said, it's sweet. It's going to be sweet and hot, so I have to put a little bit something in there that's going to spice it up. So the first thing I'm going to put in is I'm putting a little ginger in. Okay. A little ginger. This is turmeric in here. Put a little of that in there. And then we have to put a little heat in there. So we're going to put a little, oh, David, can you get that for me? Little pepper flakes. Okay? What's going to happen is, then this is going to start reducing down while we're talking through this. By the time we get to the course, it should be thick enough to put it on. And we'll just put a little bit. Okay? Not much. That was just a little, honestly. And then we'll allow David to finish it now. He'll watch it. What's going to happen now, it's, in cooking, there's always something that happens to food. When you cook it like this, when you start to cook it, what's going to happen is it's going to foam on top. The reason why is it's starting to separate. That's okay. What we're going to do is scrape the top off. The reason why is because it's separating, and that soy gives a bitterness when it starts to separate. So we're going to take that foam off and just get rid of it, so the sauce is not bitter. Okay, so it's supposed to be sweet and spicy. Okay, so that's going. While David's watching that, I'm going to go ahead and start up our salad. Okay, and we'll talk about the tomato real quick. So Heirloom tomatoes. First of all, this is $4 a pound for heirloom tomato. You can't get them like at Publix. You can't get them at any Walmart, any of those places. You cannot get one of these. You have to go to Whole Foods or one of those kind of places like that carries them. What makes heirloom so good is it's a flavorful tomato, especially if you leave it out to room temperature. You never ever put this in a refrigerator. You'll leave it out. Now, I'm going to give you a small education about tomatoes. Is this. There's vine-ripe tomatoes, grow on the vine, right? You leave them out. They taste lovely. Then there's gas tomatoes. That's a tomato that's ripened by gas, okay? Most of the time they take that tomato and they put it in the refrigerator. Take it out and then it'll start to finally do its thing. The problem is with gas tomatoes, it doesn't have bold flavors of like a tomato, you know? So these have great flavor, okay? So they always grow in different colors. So one vine has a bunch of different colors. They're not just like all one color. No, there's some green, some red, and they just change colors like that. And sometimes when you cut them, they have multicolors inside too. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and start making our dressing. The only thing I change about this is normally it's grapefruit. But a lot of people told me that because of their medications, they can't use grapefruit with the medication. So I went with orange juice. This is such a simple recipe, okay? First you take mayo, your favorite mayo in the whole wide world. That's it right there. Okay, that's your favorite. There's no other better mayo than that, okay? Okay? Then we're going to take the dill. And it's fresh dill. As you can see, it's not dried up dill. It's fresh dill. We're going to cut that up. Okay. And like I always tell everybody, we all know the rules about cutting, right? What's the rules? Never look up. Do you understand? If you look up while you're cutting, you will cut your finger right off. Okay? Never do that. Okay? So, go ahead and you cut your dill up. And put some dill in there. Now, I'm just going to mix it up so I can see what it looks like. I can tell by how it looks, how it should be. Okay? Whoops. All right. Now, the orange juice I put in last. I put a little bit at a time in. It's for flavor, and also it'll start thinning it out a little bit for me. As you see, this dressing has no oil in it. I don't put oil in it. Don't have to. A lot of the dressings do have oils in them, you know.
Oil in the mayonnaise?
Yeah, of course, oil and mayo, but there ain't no oil I put in it. Like all the other dressings I make here, I actually pour oil in it. Solid oil. This I don't. Okay? So, the consistency we wanted is where we could just starts to run down. Okay? All right. Okay, a little bit more. All right? I get excited about stuff like that. All right? Swipe up our mess. So, does the recipe work with dry? Yes, it does, but it doesn't taste the same. Okay? This is not that good. All right? So we mix that up. Put that off to the side for now, and we're going to start building our salads and cutting our tomatoes. Okay? All right. Again, I'm changing it up some because in Boca Grande where I worked, we didn't use romaine. We didn't use iceberg. We used nothing like that. Everything we used was a little bit different. Arcadia blend, Frisee. When I used to do a Caesar, My Caesar was Brussels sprouts. You take the Brussels sprouts and you shave them super, super thin on this thing called the mandolin. As thin as you can. Then you make fresh Caesar dressing, you put it in it, and then you serve it like that. That's how I did Caesar. So it was a little bit different. Yeah, I do too, so I'm like, why not? Why not do something? Right? So when I was in Boca Grande, this is Frisée. We use Frisée for everything. So it's a little bitter, but with the orange juice and stuff like that, that'll actually help it, break it down a little bit. Okay?
Larry, why don't you do a television show doing this?
Well, I'm trying to do that, but David won't let me get away from here. I mean, every time I turn around, he holds me back. I mean, he actually calls me before I go to bed every night. And I'm like, yes, I'm here. Don't worry, I'm not on the telephone. I'm not on the show yet.
Hey, Larry, there's 10.
There's one more somewhere. It's right there. There it is.
I'll do that.
All right, do that. All right. Isn't that cute? That's so cute. What happened to the end? So, I just want to let you guys know this is my favorite cute knife. All right. Very sharp, though. So we're going to go ahead and get these cut for you. When I say sharp, I mean sharp. I kind of watch. I don't kind of take my eyes off on this one. I try to follow the rules.
I also make sure he tells me when he clocks in the morning, he has to show me he's got 10. When he leaves, make sure he's still got 10.
Okay. Let's just start with 3 for now, of all the different colors. Just like that for now. Sorry. You'll notice too with the heirloom tomatoes, they kind of look like they have air in them. Like it's like little spaces where other tomatoes don't have it. And you don't see a bunch of seeds and all, you know, they're different. I'm trying to do it where you guys can get all the colors so you can taste them. Alrighty then. For those who love tomatoes and understand tomatoes, tomatoes your friend, you will like these.
Larry, people talk about Tennessee tomatoes. What makes them so good?
Oh, just because they're from Tennessee.
That's it? Anything away from sand and
Yes,
clay?
sand does it. That's why we can't sell good dairy here. It's because what does cows eat? The grass. What's wrong with the grass? Mostly St. Augustine grass here. Hard grass. It ain't soft grass. And then they're eating spurs, and then they're eating the sand, and then that's what goes in the meat. That's why up north that's better meat because of what's fed. Here it's terrible.
You have one more slice of dark red?
A little darker red one.
Or the-
Oh, use these two.
Yeah,
Yeah, use
I
that.
need one more for that plate.
Really? One more?
One more.
One more. I don't know why you're whispering. You know they can hear you. Try and make sure everybody gets, like this one. This one's really pretty inside. This one's actually, You see how it's red inside, green in the outside? Doesn't mean it's not done. It's ready to eat. You can see the juices in it. It's just, this is how these grow. They just grow so beautiful. You got them all?
Missing a couple of bright lights.
Take this one, cut it. So as you guys see, I am passionate about food. You know, and when I become an old man and I get to retire like you do, they better be ready. They better be ready. I want it all. You know. And if they don't, I'd be upset. I'm going to be spoiled. All right. So now we'll go ahead and put the dressing on. All right. So now we'll have the guys pass that out for you guys. And then we're going to start on our appetizer. I got to take a picture. My wife's going to kill me. She's like, Larry, you never take pictures, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay. You know, after being married for 30 years, it's like, come on. You have seen what I've done. All right. So while you guys are eating your salad, I'm going to go ahead and start the appetizer. Yeah, let me pull it out real quick. All right, so let me tell you a little bit about the beef, and then we're going to put it on this one, in that pan. We're going to shut it up. Shut it down there. Yeah, there we go. And you see how that foam? Yep. That's all that bitterness. That's what has to come off. All right, we're moving right along. I got these little treats for you guys.
We're simmering it, right?
Yes, sir. See, look at everybody. Look up. Little treats. So you just get the bone, okay? Okay. No, you get more than a bone. We'll take the bones off. I'm actually going to take the bone off, though. All right, what do you think so far? Can't be so quiet.
Anything before putting it in?
Just put that in there and just let it cook in there, and then we'll put the sauce on top of it because it's pretty much really good. Put this whole one in, just like this. All right. And as you guys see, I'm still being healthy, sanitizing, cleaning, wiping, making sure everybody is safe and healthy and all the good stuff. All right, moving on to the appetizer round. We are going to make this New Orleans style shrimp, okay? It's one of the signature things in New Orleans. Who's been to New Orleans? Have you ever had the barbecue shrimp there before? It's not really barbecue. It's a whole different story. So, what we're going to do is get the pan going. And what we have here is we have shrimp that are 2630 shrimp, black tigers. We do not use fresh shrimp here, okay? We have to order shrimp in. If anybody ever buys shrimp from off a shrimp boat, you best eat it right away. It's the hardest thing to maintain. After a couple of days, you can't leave it sitting in your refrigerator. I say max 2 days you can push it. Get into that third day, fourth day with fresh shrimp, it's so hard. It's just best to use, it's already been frozen. It's just what it is, okay?
Can you freeze the fresh shrimp?
You can. Key factor is when you freeze it, put it in a bag, flatten the bag so it's flat. So you get them all as thin as possible, okay? They'll last longer. If you don't, they're so hard to play with. They're just really hard. When I was in Boca Grande, every day I would actually go down in the shrimp boat, buy the shrimp for the day. So, all right. No, just a little butter. Just a really little. Okay. Oh, that's it. Oh, you didn't put it in yet. Oh, sorry. Oh, God, you're scaring me, David. All right, so we got the shrimp in. Now, when we're making this, one of the key factors is this, is a lot of ingredients that are about to go in here. And the final and most important step is when we put our butter in there. We're going to cream it, but we can't break the butter. If you break the butter, you're done. Creaming is when you want to take a cold butter, use it to tighten it up, okay? A lot of people, when they do it, they have it so high that they don't get a chance to tighten up whatever they're doing, and it gets just all broken down. That's not what we're going to do. So if I do it right, it should be thick. If I do it wrong, it will not be. Okay? All right, Dave, you have to do me one more thing, too. All right. So, you don't get bread yet because the bread goes with this. I'm going to need you to just take that off and put it off to the side for a second. Yes. Yeah, just take it off, put it off to the side. Just put it right there for now. Yep. Put butter in the pan. Put the butter in the pan. I'm going to give you some bread. All right. Yes, I did. I made you guys bread again. Okay.
How much butter do you want?
Just enough to brown these off. Okay. Now, last time I made a bread, I made it a little bit more dense. This one's going to be more fluffy. We are going to use it for dipping. David's going to go ahead and brown it off for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. At the end, if anybody wants to take some bread home, you can take some home. I don't care. All right. So what you're going to do, David, is you want to toast these in the butter.
Okay.
They got to be nice and toasty.
What do you want me to put them in one at a time?
Just leave them for a second. Let me have one of these. All right. So now I'm doing the shrimp. And what we want to do is start turning the shrimp a little pink. What happens is when people make shrimp, the first thing they do is they overcook it. Okay? Just remember this. Once it starts turning like that and it has a little white in it, if you took it off now, it'll still cook. So what I'm going to do now is start putting some ingredients in. Okay? This here is ground pepper, cracked pepper, peppercorns. And yes, it's going to seem like a lot. You're going to say, oh my God, look at all that pepper in there. Oh, it's going to be burning. Ooh, 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 ooh. Once you cream it off, it's going to change the whole flavor of it. Trust me on this one. Okay? I am you guys' chef now. You know that, right? David did hire me. Yeah. All righty then. So what we're doing now is, like I said, is we're going to go ahead and cook these slowly. As you notice, I'm continuously turning them because I do not want them to overcook or anything. I just really going to baby them. Okay? As you know, now this is simmering here. We're getting this nice and hot. We're just leaving that. Okay? Now I'm going to put some garlic in there. Yes, I put 4 tablespoons. Everything I'm putting in here is 4 tablespoons of everything. This here is Creole. They use a lot of Creole spice in New Orleans. So I had to put that in there because I use it. Let this cook for a second or two. While that's it, I'm going to go ahead and cut this. This is the butter, the cold butter I'm going to use. I'm going to use it all. Just telling you guys now. I try to teach everybody this. Don't ever forget this. Where there's fat, there's love. Okay? If your lady doesn't have any on her, there's something wrong. You got to have a little for loving. Okay? So this is for love. All right? So. Always a little love. I put butter in everything at home. Everything I cook, I put butter in there. Because you got to have fat. Fat is what makes all the flavor and all the good things happen. The reason I'm cutting it thin is because, again, it takes a special temperature to make sure it's perfect. If I don't get it right, it's going to break on me. So I'll do it this way. I got to be crusty, okay? Okay. So now I got all the flavors in there. Can I put my finger in there and lick it? You guys don't mind, do you? Can I just real quick? All right, so, oh, that's right. I forgot we got Corona going around. All right.
So is that fried bread?
It's toasty. It's going to be great to dip it in. So now it's lemon juice, fresh lemon juice that I squeezed myself. It's going to actually help to glaze the bottom of the pan. And it's going to take all that nice flavor off. Okay? You can just move the pan off, David, and put your pot back on. I don't have extra plates. I don't have extra plates.
Sure.
I'm sure I don't have extra plates. I don't have extra plates. No, I don't have extra plates. All right. This is Worcester sauce. We all know how strong it is, right?
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Oh my God, look at what I just did, you guys. Oh, shoot. It's over. It is over. All right. All right, I'm going to actually remove the shrimp from here. And then I'm going to finish off the sauce when I'm done, moving out the shrimp. I can't stir it while it's in there. Did you guys just see that? I acted like there was a shrimp in there and there was nothing. Didn't have my glasses on. That's my excuse. I can do that. So. So the salad. Talk to me about the salad.
Very good.
Tomatoes.
I don't care for the frisee, but that's just me.
This is like bacon.
That's right. Oh, let's just do this now. Make sure everybody gets some. All right. All right, so somebody's going to have extra shrimp. That's all I'm going to say. And if you get it, well, guess what? You get the loaf of bread, okay? So count. All right. Go ahead, turn it on. And let that simmer for a second or two. All right, so that's simmering down. This is our first step. I'm actually going to take this and wash this off. You guys going to say, oh, Larry, why are you using it? Because I am. All right. So this is going to reduce down. Is it on high? I need it on high. Okay. So once that reduces down, we're going to go ahead and we're going to pour it on top of there. We're going to take our little bread. We're going to put our bread in there. And then you guys can go ahead and you can dip it. And then you're going to say, oh, this is nice. Oh, yeah. I like him. Larry's, he's our friend. That's what you're going to say. Okay? Okay. Oh, and don't forget, what's the famous word coming up? I strongly agree that Chef Larry has the best key lime pie in Westminster across the board. Nobody has a dessert so good. So when you say, see that? Put, I strongly agree. No matter what, because you're thinking of me. Okay? Thank you. We have to get number one day. We made it number 2 last year. But now, all right. So now what I'm doing, while David's watching that, again, what he's doing is taking off the top, the foamy stuff. The foamy stuff is super, super, super bitter. Normally when I make this, I will take it and put it in the freezer. And what happens, that top, it'd be nice and foamy and hard, and so I just took it right off. We're doing a little bit different now. Okay. So I'm reducing this down a little bit. Then I'm going to put the butter in. Hopefully I do it right and it doesn't break. If it does, I'm going to blame David. If it doesn't, I did a good job. I'm just going to be up front with you right now. This does have really good flavor. It's like I said, it's a little different, but it has great, great flavor. I just wanted to share with you guys everything I've done in my career and things I've done so that you can experience what I experience. I just have one of these taste buds that I like to try everything at least twice. You know, because if I don't like it the first time, I say, oh, maybe I didn't like it because they didn't cook it right, and I'll try it again. Once I try it 2 times and I don't like it, it's over. I'll try it again. Okay? All right. So we're getting to that point where I'm about to go ahead. I'm going to put it down a little bit. Cross my fingers. Hopefully I do everything right. And yes, all the butter's going in. When I make a beurre blanc sauce, it's the same thing. Got to keep it between a certain temperature. If I go too high or too low, it actually breaks. If you go too low, you go too high, it breaks. It's not melting. It must not be hot. It's the butter. It's from Florida. That's what it is. It's Florida butter. Those cows. It's not from my house, where I'm from, Wisconsin. Any questions yet? Okay. How are we looking with this? Okay. No, your shrimp are not getting cold. Just letting you know. Nothing wrong eating room temperature shrimp. Sauce has been hot.
You're from Wisconsin, huh?
Yes, I am. Racing, Wisconsin.
Are you a Packers fan?
No. I don't watch sports. If it's golf, I watch golf. But otherwise, I don't watch sports. I never got into sports. I never was a sports guy. But I will tell you, and I'll keep saying it, all the years I'm here, my dad was 17th draft pick for Green Bay. Yep. Nope. That was his sport. That's not mine.
What do you play? What's this?
He's a running back. Yeah. Graduated Horlick High, and they drafted him out of high school. Yep. That's back in the days, you know. He played until he blew his knee out. He blew his knee out, and that was it. He had water underneath the knee, and that was it. It was over after that. So, I was 5 years old when I started myself on fire. I was cooking, and you know, back in the days, they had that cotton white robe. They made all that thicky cotton stuff. Oh, yeah. I was cooking. Sleeve caught on fire. That was it. That was history. And I was like, oh, I want to cook some more. All right. The hardest sauce for me to make? Lord, I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, my whole life, that's all we've made is sauces, and some sauces take hours and some take days. You know, I don't know. I get patient. I have patience when it comes to stuff like this anyway. Not to brag. I'm just saying. To me, it's like, oh, okay. I could just sit here all day and go like this, and you guys will say, "Oh, it's time, you guys, Larry. It's time for us to go home." You know. I'll just be moving it, and you'll be like, "Oh God, what's wrong with this guy?" All right. So, David, can you please come and put the little crostinis on top of these, please? Just right across the tippy top. The bread is for the dipping into the sauce, which you're going to enjoy, I promise you. All right. Alrighty. Got to make it look pretty, guys. Sorry. But I can't just give you food. Everybody eats with your eyes first. If it looks yummy, automatically your brain's going to say it is yummy. But if it looks like not yummy, your brain's going to say, that's gross. That's a key factor. You know? Everybody agree? Yeah. All right. See, getting you guys interacted with me, you know, and becoming friends and buddies and, you know.
Larry,
Yes, ma'am.
do you have a favorite meal?
I do. I do. I like, you're going to laugh at me when I tell you this stuff. No. No way. I don't even eat hot dogs. I like to eat raw fish. I can't help it. I love it. Yeah, I love it. All right. Yeah, go ahead. I gotta take a picture, guys. You know why, right? Send it to my wife. If I don't take a picture, she's gonna say Larry. Then I have to hear it.
Do you cook at home or does she cook?
I don't cook at home.
Much like work.
I stopped cooking about maybe 20 years ago. She does it. All right. Start getting ready for plating the main course.
When are we gonna heat up the carrots?
No, we'll do it now. Here, you're gonna do it right in here in the bread thing. Do it now. It's only gonna take a second.
There it is. A little bit of butter in there, or is it all really just?
Put a butter in there. Just a little bit. All right, now we're moving right on to your entree. Sorry, I forgot where my gloves were. All right, so we got our short ribs going. See how they're doing.
Not much left of this sauce.
No, I know. It should be good though. Okay. What we're going to do is, once I plate everything, then we'll just put the salt, drizzle the sauce on it. Okay. So, what do you think? It is different. Okay. I'm not saying it's not. You have to. It's something that you have to get used to eating because you're not used to eating it every day. But if you are Creole or French, it's what they eat. All right.
I was pretty dubious about that much Worcestershire sauce, but it's really good. The lemon just really helps.
It does. It's an optical illusion. You think that because, yes.
Good job on the bread, too. Way to go.
That was the key factor. If he didn't have that bread right, he's out of here. I was done with him.
4 years of school.
I was over. 2, 4, 6, 8. All right. So now for our potatoes. Okay. Don't get too excited. Look how pretty those potatoes look. Wow. When's the last time you had those colored potatoes? Come on. All right. I put food color in there. So what we have is a garlic with, what's in there, David? You're not. Yeah, that's right, turmeric. So we have turmeric in there, we have garlic in there, milk in there, and it just gives it this great, lovely just flavor. Oh, that's for a small person. No, I'm just joking. We'll give you some more. Okay. All right. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All righty. How close you think that is?
2 minutes.
2 minutes out? If I'm lucky. Okay. Everything I give you, I'm not going to give it to you like we serve it in the dining room. I am actually giving it to you like I would do in a restaurant. So if you don't like your food mixed,
This on the board?
I'm sorry, he came to the wrong facility today. We're going to go ahead and just do one more last scrape for me, please. Where's TT's? Oh, she's gone. Could you, Lori, around the corner, a little napkin is around the corner. I just need it to wipe the plate. I don't want it like that. Yeah, I don't want my plates to be gross looking, so thank you so much. Appreciate that. Too much fat on that. All right. All right. So how are we doing with our little appetizers? Enjoying it? Okay.
Things on top?
Yeah. And no, I'm not shaking because I have something going on. I'm actually shaking so I can put it on nicey. Okay? I do got the shakes though. But we're not, just put them all on the right hand side, nicey, nicey. Yeah. Just a little closer. Just like that. That's good. So do them all like that. Sorry guys, I'm picky.
What did you say was in the potatoes?
Turmeric,
And garlic?
turmeric, garlic butter, half and half.
Half and half.
Yes.
And the carrots?
No.
Oh,
Potatoes.
Oh, the potatoes. Yeah, potatoes.
she said carrots.
The carrots came from after I braised it. I took it out of the liquid, and that's what happened. Sorry. Alrighty then.
Take a picture, Larry.
I know.
Send it to your wife.
I gotta take a picture, send it to my wife. No, I can't take a picture of that. There's no carrot in it.
Don't take a picture.
No, I like that one. That one's my friend. Yeah, I like that one better. TT. Ice cream, vanilla. Thank you. All right, you take them. All righty. I know, I make a mess. That's why I got you here, to clean up after me. I love you. I love him. You know? All right. Peter, you almost done with that appetizer? You like it? Peter, you like that appetizer? Good. Is it good, Mr. Duncan? Good. All right. The next course after that, of course, is your dessert course. And it'll be a tart that I made. Best thing to do is anytime you got any apples around the house, you know, and they're a little brown, nobody knows if you go ahead and cook them and throw some brown sugar on them. Nobody will ever know they once was brown. I'm not even going to tell you these were not brown. These were black. I don't know what black means, but I just figured, hey, I'll just go ahead and give it to you guys. So I made little baby tarts for you. Everything that I did here, of course, I made. Oh, I need, Are the carrots good?
Salt right.
My God.
Larry, this is so good.
Everything has so much flavor. Unlike my cooking.
This one, the masterpiece.
This one is, I'll tell you why in a second, okay? So everybody listen up before she gets here. Oh, wait, hold on, never mind. So, hey, Kristen, come here. I need you to help me real quick. So I want to let you guys know, sometimes chefs seem to be non-caring, rough, abusive, hollering, but I want to show my love to Kristen because it's her birthday today. So I made her, this is her birthday gift from me to her. Okay, y'all see this? Want to take a picture? Here you go.
Hey,
Happy birthday.
thanks, Chef.
Go back over and pretend like you're
That's the biggest one, too, you got.
Yeah, she gets the one with the bone. She gets the biggest one.
Sorry, guys.
There you go.
Thanks, Chef.
You're welcome.
understand, Kristen's a foodie.
She like,
This is a big deal there.
yeah, so she likes food, so she'll appreciate it. She'll appreciate it.
Might be tiny, but she likes the food.
All right.
Happy birthday.
All right, now our little tart.
Larry, any kind of special short ribs that you buy, is this a special kind of short rib or?
I'm gonna tell you right now, you can buy anything you want. It just takes time to cook it, and that's the most important part. Anytime you braise something, low and slow. You know what happens is people rush it, and when they rush it, you know, and that's the key factor. The other thing too is, you know, I don't. It doesn't really matter, you know. Just don't buy Florida meat, okay? But otherwise, you know, it doesn't matter. Oh, it'll tell you. You get, you know, I honestly will tell you, there's a company, Seminole Beef, that's here in Florida. It's really not that bad. But again, because I'm from Wisconsin, and I'm a snob. But anyway, from Wisconsin, and I'm a snob. Okay, no. Being from Wisconsin, how we take care of our animals versus what I've seen. I lived in Texas, you know. I lived in Colorado. I lived in Texas. I lived in South Carolina. I lived in Georgia. I lived in North Carolina. I lived in, of course, Wisconsin, and I lived here in Florida. So just seeing all the different ways how they treat animals and stuff like that. I spent some time in New York. And, you know, it's how meat is taken care of is how the meat's going to taste, basically. And that's just the truth, and it really is.
How about the Omaha steaks that we see advertised, and do you know about that at all?
I really don't know too much about that, but I know that as long as it ain't Florida beef, I think you're pretty good. You know, stay away from like Arizona, places like that, anywhere you got sand, spurs, and all that kind of hard stuff. Again, you got to remember the cows chew up anything, so if they see something on the ground, they'll just chew it up. And then that gets in the meat. People don't believe it, but I do. That's why if you ever have a cow, you should go out and massage him. Make sure he's okay, you know. My mother had a cow. I used to go out there and talk to him. That way he didn't tense up. So when it's time for him to go bye-bye, we could eat him and his muscles would be so delicious. Well, it's the truth, guys. Come on now. We have to survive, right? That's right. And what they do with Kobe beef, for real, seriously, they don't let the cows go running because they don't want the muscles to get all tough. They massage them. They give them great food. They treat them like little babies. And then they kill them and eat them, you know? Now,
Can you buy Kobe beef around?
you can buy American Kobe. It's not the same as Chinese Kobe, but you can.
They have it at Publix? Really?
What you need around Florida, you need cows and fields that's got clover.
Yeah, when I was up, let me tell you a story, okay, because I got all kinds of stories. I'm Mr. Story guy. So I go up. I work at this place called the Blue Flamingo. It's right off Cooperstown. I don't know if anybody's heard of Cooperstown, Hall of Fame. So I used to work at a restaurant that closed for 3 months. So I would go up there and work up there for 3 months because this restaurant was open 3 months. So I went there, and the owner says, Larry, I want you to go ahead and use blah, blah, blah's farm. I'm like, okay, how much is it? Oh, don't worry how much it is. I'm like, don't worry how much it is. So the guy comes, picks me up, takes me and my wife to his farm. They literally, this is true story. These are all grass-fed cows. One day, they'll eat clovers. One day. When they're done, in the morning, they move them to the next pasture. We'll eat a different kind of grass. And move them around like this. Keep moving them all the time. Never letting them stay in the same one. Okay? So then, it's a learning process for me because I don't know. I just eat meat. So while they're getting fat, they're changing the water out daily. They have chickens. Okay, guys, chickens? Like thousands of them. And I'm like, why do you got thousands of chickens? That's for when the cows go to the bathroom. They eat that all up. So now it can never, ever get in the grass. No bugs and stuff. This is the craziest thing. So he'll move, grow his grass, move him. Then we get to the very last part. I went up and touched that cow like this. He was so fat and blubbery, right? And then we watched him go away. And then we got to eat it. It was so delicious. It was just ridiculous. All because of how they treated that cow. And he just didn't do it for everybody. He only did it for the select. So, yeah, David, can you get this for me, please? Thank you. Arthritis is acting up, guys. So, yeah. It's tight, huh?
Yeah.
I think it's tight. Whew. But yeah, I learned a lot about cows when I was up in New York. So I made little hearts and little stars, and just to let you guys know I love you, and I keep in touch with my feminine side, okay? So.
Larry, when cows are fed on different grasses like that, is there any designation on the beef itself when you purchase it, or
Yes.
where you purchase it from?
Yes, it is. Yeah, because it becomes high-end meat then. So what they do is they pick certain places where they want that meat to go, where people are going to eat that meat. So, how was everything so far?
Very good.
Was that okay? Was the sauce all right? The mashed potatoes okay?
Oh, yeah. How much turmeric do you put in mashed potatoes?
Let me answer it real quick. The carrots were braised in the braising stew. So, yeah, so I braised them for 3 hours or so. And to answer your question, what did you say?
Turmeric is very good for inflammation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm having some problems with inflammation. I wondered how much turmeric you use in a batch.
That turmeric right there was some 2 tablespoons. Yep, 2 tablespoons. Yep.
That was a good batch.
Yes.
That's good then, I'm good.
Alrighty then.